Hey everyone, I hope that your Friday is going well. Mine required me to move inside to do some work. I'm not making my video on the patio because it got too windy, but I hope you're all having a good day. We are done with Unit 2 and on to Unit 3. Um, I've read through most of the work that you've done for Unit 2. I'm still working on giving you feedback and scores for a couple of the assignments, but I'll have that to you shortly. So do be looking for that. Let me know if you have any questions ever about the feedback that I've given you. Um, you can always revise things if you want to, choose to, because that's the process of learning. And we talked about revising history. It's something that's always being revised. So doing that kind of work is normal and fitting for a history class. I did want to mention that in Unit 3, the topic for the final project is due. That is wide open. You can choose anything that interests you relative to New Mexico history. That's probably the one guideline, I guess, is that it has something to do with New Mexico history. Otherwise, it's completely and entirely up to you. So do try to find something that interests you. Let me know if you have any questions or if you're not really sure what you want to do for the project. Email me or send me a text and we can brainstorm some ideas. Um, I will ask you to tell me some things that you're interested in more generally so that I can try to point you toward a New Mexico history topic that will interest you. So if you just start with that, start by letting me know some things that you're interested in. That will help us to do some of that brainstorming together. The other part of that is drafting a research question. So you'll have your topic and research question that you'll turn in by Saturday evening. I have some instructions and some guidance in the final project instructions sheet about how to develop a strong research question. So please look to that and let me know if you have any questions about the question or concerns, or if there's anything that I can help with. So I am here to help. Um, Also, keep in mind as you pick a topic and a question, you're not going to be writing like a full-on research paper. Um, Instead, you'll be doing a digitally enhanced annotated bibliography that you'll do on Adobe Spark. So what you'll be doing is finding sources that hopefully will help you answer your research question. You'll look at those sources and think about and evaluate, I should say, how well they helped you answer your question or not. So you're really going to be looking into the sources themselves that you find through your research and writing about those, not writing a full research paper. So do keep that in mind as well. All right. I wanted to commend you on your excellent work on the discussion board about Juan de Oñate, the statue being taken down. Um, I've posted a follow-up question in the activity feed on our course landing page. So if you're interested in continuing that conversation and thinking a little bit more deeply about um, what historical statues and monuments are for and what they mean in our local communities, um, please jump in and do that. There's some extra credit involved if you would like, if you're interested in that kind of thing. um, I appreciate the focus that so many of you had on preserving our history, whether it's a difficult history or not. And that's something that really came through in the discussion. It's also coming through in the journals. um, and it's important. I think it's important to think about how our history is preserved and how well, I think I'll say it that way, how well our history is preserved. So, for example, some of the follow up questions that I posed on the discussion had to do with context, right? So, if there's just a statue of Oñate on the horse, um, how is that contextualized? What is that helping to learn or helping us learn about the Acoma people or the ways that Oñate carried out the colonization of New Mexico? And those are the things that he is notorious for. Yet, if we just look at the statue itself, it doesn't really give us any of that context. So, how can we contextualize our history in public places, and why does that matter? Also, how else do we keep history, right? we haven't yet, I mean, besides thinking about this controversy of a statue being removed, we haven't actually studied any statues or monuments to learn New Mexico history. Um, so again, it's an important way of having history in public, but I want us to think about what does that mean, because we're not erasing history necessarily by not having statues. People who've never had statues aren't erased from history. They are known through writings. They are known through the primary sources that we talked about in Unit 1. They're known when historians find them and study them in archives, among other things. Those aren't the only places, but those are some. And so I want you to think about that. Sorry about that. I was getting a phone call. We were wrapping up anyway, but I just wanted to officially say goodbye and not have the video come to an abrupt end. Do let me know if you have questions or if you need help with anything, and I look forward to moving on to Unit 3.